Cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Welcome to episode 6 of Rock to Talk with the Silver Fox. Today, I'm going to be talking with a band that last year, or maybe the year before, we probably played 6, 7, 8 shows together. And honestly, they were quite a big find for us to play with. So I'm going to be talking today with Lines of Loyalty. That is their new name, their new brand. Some of you guys may have known them by a former name. I don't know if we're saying that name, but
Yeah, you can say
You
it.
could say what we were called before, yeah.
yeah, they're formerly known as Mixed Company. So when you're out on YouTube or Spotify or all those other things, that's still up. These guys are fantastic. One of the bands that I have a lot of interesting interactions with that are unique, but very, very fun. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. I got Glenn. I got Glenn and wow, I almost called you Sean. I apologize for that. I got Glenn, Rito, and Shane. Damn it, I'm not on myself today. How you guys doing?
Great.
Doing good.
So I seen you guys have changed the name.
Yep.
Kind of really, really surprised me, but didn't surprise me at the same time. I always thought Mixed Company was a good name. It was a good name, but it always kind of gave me a different feel from what you guys really do. But you guys got known for that name, and that was your brand. And you guys are definitely on the upswing, and you changed your name in the middle of that upswing. Why?
So
Well, it's just like you said. We started this band as fill-ins. You know, I was like the third drummer or whatnot, and Rito was the second bass player, and Glenn's initial role in Mixed Company was the backup vocals and lead guitar. And so, I mean, originally nobody started that band, and it was just something throughout the years, through like transitions and growth and ups and downs, that we just knew that the name would change eventually. And maybe we didn't even plan it to go this way, but we did have that in our heads and that, you know, in that mindset. And then just beginning of 2020, we had that opportunity to tour with Pop Evil. We got the phone call, you know, we got the part, you know, pretty much. And it was being on that tour with Pop Evil, playing those shows and being around just different mindsets for once, and just our friends and local bands and stuff. And they gave us a bigger picture of an outcome that we want to happen for us. And so, you know, we just kept our mouth shut and listened a lot for the first time in a long time. I feel like when you're a local band, you have an idea of what you want to do and where you want to go with your music and how you want to be perceived. But we really learned how to be open-minded in the year of 2020. And because of that, it's allowed us to rebirth ourselves and grow. And I feel that the brand, the new name, and everything already off to a great start.
Oh yeah.
2020 or 2019?
2020.
You guys had a good 2020 then, because the rest of us sucked ass.
So
Good, man. Everything going on, we really did. We stayed afloat.
yeah, I mean, the beginning of the year was awesome in 2020. Like, we did a show with Pop Evil, and then they called us and was like, "You want to go on tour with us?" And then we did, and we got back from tour. And as soon as we got back from tour, it was like everything was gone, and we were like, "Well, we got to keep moving." So we kept thinking of ways to keep our stuff going and what we were going to do next. And now we're Lines of Loyalty, and we're pushing on, and we're continuing to do our stuff.
Is there a meaning,
we did. Go ahead.
is there a meaning behind Lines of Loyalty, or you just thought it sounded cool?
So there's a couple ways you could take it. I think everyone could take it pretty much the same way, but everyone's got their own personal personal things with it. For me, like lines of loyalty is like what are you loyal to? Like what's loyal about you? What are you doing that's making you loyal? Or what are your lines of loyalty? What are things that, you know, are important to you that make it the way it is? So
honestly,
that's
for
kind of
us,
my interpretation of it.
we didn't realize how loyal we were to each other until 2020. I maybe like the end of 2018 or so. I mean, because you know we did like I said, mixed company went through a lot of transitions and a lot of just different phases of what that band could have been, or what, you know, what we wanted it to be.
And it was originally female fronted.
Yeah, for people who know the history and the past of the band, we had a female fronted singer, but you know, we just, this is a relationship that I guarantee, and sometimes, and even for me at points, I thought I was going to quit just because it didn't seem like we were ever going to get out of this routine that we were in, and I just wanted bigger and better things. And I know we all did, but just there were certain times where I felt like maybe it wasn't going to be it. But you know, here I am now with, you know, Rito and Glenn and what we have going on, and you know, these guys are my family, they're my brothers, and you know, we're going to be doing this until we're dead. And I really do wholeheartedly mean that. I'm going to know these guys until my last breath.
Yep.
To touch back really quick on the whole name change, I feel like we did as much as we could as Mixed Company, and we touched all the bases from, like, you know, being on the 420 hits and touring with Pop Evil and did all that stuff. And we took some advice from some people where we trusted and, you know, who want the best for us. And, you know, I feel like we are coming out swinging in 2021 with a new sound and with a new name and with a new attitude to all this. So
yeah, because I know 2020, I know if people who don't know who I am, I actually manage Left of Reason, and we had a solid 2020 planned, and before the world got broken.
We had a solid tour planned with you too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that we were doing a 10-day run with you guys.
Yeah.
Because I know that your manager and I kind of worked our asses off getting that thing together and getting it routed right, and we were like pumped. Like, yeah, if we're gonna go on the road, let us go on the road with another 3-piece that we get along with, that we have a lot of fun with.
Yep.
That's talented.
we both have buses.
And we both have buses. Yeah.
We both have the same buses.
Yeah, exactly. So we look like we belong together.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was really looking forward to that tour. And then as it slowly came in, Tammy, your manager, and I were like, yep, they called it. Yep, they called it. And after like 2 or 3 of them, we're like, okay, tour's over. And we ended up only doing 4 shows for the year. But we did get to do one with you guys.
Yep.
Rock to Stop 22.
Yeah.
You guys are on again. You guys are already booked.
August. Yeah, are we doing the river again?
Yes, we are. We're going back to Sweet Mini Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's August 16th. That is always I love that show. I put a lot of work and effort into it, but the way you bands all respond to that show is incredible. And just to see how you all interact with each other, the crowd, the event, the cause.
I love the campfires, the campfire at night, hanging out with the acoustics and jamming, and everyone just, you know, telling stories. That was probably my favorite.
Well, and it's awesome, you know, playing for a good cause. And we're also playing with a lot of bands that we get along with too, you know, like the Almist and Left of Reason and stuff like that. So it's cool to play with bands that, you know, we know for a good cause.
Glenn, you brought up the fireside chat that they had. Two of one of my favorite things of that whole thing was that, and then I don't know if you guys heard about the aftermath when I went back to my camper, but that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But Glenn,
strange.
Yeah, that was it. Yep. Glenn, you did something really that surprised the hell out of me, and I thought it was awesome. And I don't know why it surprised me. It shouldn't have. But number one, I'm sitting next to Glenn at the fire. He and I are sitting there and partaking and having a good time. And out of the blue, he picks up his guitar and points at somebody, and he's like, "Give me a word."
Yeah.
Somebody gave him a word, and he did a verse of a song right there on that word. He gets done with that verse, and he points to somebody else. "Give me a word." And he did this like 10 times. Before he's done, he's got them all linked together and did a 10-verse song right on the spot. And we're all just sitting there like, I'm not gonna lie, I was baked out of my mind. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, how the fuck did he do that? I mean, it was amazing.
Thanks, man. I love
One of the most talented.
I love being able to do that, when I can. And if the moment's there and I just feel it out, then I'm just like, hey, let's have fun. Let's do this, whatever. And I've done that over the years for a long time, and I've been doing it more now. I just, it just it's just a fun thing to do.
That's a little party face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Party
but most
favor.
people can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't just like, if I'm gonna write it on words on paper, I can't do it, let alone pick up a guitar and play and sing it.
Yeah.
He's just like, yep, not hard.
That's fun.
You guys also, I follow you guys quite closely. Like I said, we're pretty close with you guys, and your manager and I work a lot together. You guys do a lot of kind of side things too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could start with that one if you want.
Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
All right. So I personally, besides the band, I'm also been a private drum teacher now for the last like 4 years. I'm currently full-time out in Lake Geneva at the House of Music out there as a head drum instructor. I'm also the kids' band rehearsal teacher, and I'm also like the assistant manager out there for the overall building of the House of Music, because we're also opening the House of Music Cafe, which will have coffee and really cool unique menu. It's all music related, and we have a full service bar in there. The property sits on like 14 acres of land. We got 4 stages out there, so that's been keeping me very busy getting that brand
Really?
up and going. And yeah, so, and I've also was doing a lot in downtown Kenosha for a while. I did open mics. I was open mic host for 3 years at Sazzy's, and in the last 2 years at Rustic Rose. So I had 2 open mics a week. So I was doing a lot locally too. That's what kind of has helped me kept my ear to the ground. I felt like maybe that's what kept me like so accessible to everybody, like on a local level too. Because like, here's the band, we're doing all these great things, but then bam, every Monday and Tuesday you can come out and see me and play with me along with my open mic. So it went really well. It's helped me create more of a name for myself, and it definitely helps the band with this overall image and things that we do. But yeah, individually, all 3 of us are pretty busy, just besides the band. But the band does keep us. We want the band to keep us the most busy.
Yeah.
Reno's being a damn movie star these days over with Saint Tragedy. So
Yeah.
starring in their videos and playing the bad guy.
Yeah, back. Well, in the play.
I taught him how to do.
Yeah. I've been writing on the side with some bands like Saint Tragedy. I co-wrote Butterflies with Wayne on that, and stuff. So like staying busy with writing with people, and I'm doing some of my solo songs and stuff with some guest people singing and stuff like that. So just been staying busy with music also. So.
Dude, you play the piano beautifully.
Yeah.
Thank
He's
you.
a good piano player. He's a very
That's usually reserved for drummers. You know this, right?
Yeah, percussion. I know. I'm sorry.
I mean,
sorry.
one of the better drummers I've worked with, he's like a concert pianist on top of it. I mean, I don't understand them. Drummers are weird. How you make 4 different appendages go 4 different directions and still keep time.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just not right.
Yeah, I don't know. Mainly with me, I mean, I don't really do too many I used to do a lot of side projects with music, and I did host my own open mic and stuff like that for a while. But then I started like getting really busy with other things. For most people that don't really know already, my nickname is Nubs, hence the Nub. But I have Nubs tattoos, and I've been tattooing for over a decade, and I got 11 years going now with tattooing, and won multiple awards at some of the biggest conventions in the world. I travel all over the U.S. and do tattoos at different shops and stuff like that. And then like every Monday I host a Music Monday, and I go live for a little while on our page, on the Lines of Loyalty page on Facebook, and I'll do like an hour or so of just music, and I take requests or I do things that I'm feeling that day or whatever. And just on top of it, it's pretty much doing tattoos and music. And if I'm not doing tattoos, I'm with the band or I'm with my kids. I mean, I have two young daughters as well, so it's like it's pretty hectic. If I'm not doing one thing, I'm doing this thing. If I'm not doing that thing, I'm doing this thing. So it's out of those, and I'm just kind of shuffling back and forth between them and filling up my space.
Yeah, I was going to bring up your Monday music thing because I listen, I watch it, and these things outside of the band, you guys seem to be perfectly fine with somebody going out and maybe stretching their legs a little bit somewhere else and then coming back. And do you find it brings more back into the band? Or have you ever sat back and go, wow, dude, why'd you do that over there? We could have done that.
No, I honestly feel like, from Glenn's tattooing and just that success alone, it's definitely helped the band. I mean, it's the most best way of business is word of mouth. So it gets people talking about his tattoos. And then he also gets in that experience of when he's tattooing or, fellowshipping with a new friend or an old friend, the band is right there with it too at all times. And same with me, out there at the cafe or when all my students, when I'm teaching them, they know my band. I show them the music videos. I show them pictures of things I've done. I set that bar and I show them that, drums has changed my life. Music has changed my life and it's became my life. It could do that for you too. I have a few students right now who are pretty damn on point, and I know if they keep up with it, they could definitely make a way for themselves with this lifestyle. But Rito songwriting, it all comes back to us. I mean, so we're just very fortunate to have all three of us all like-minded with the same goals in mind.
The other thing that we all really, really care about a lot too, and that I gravitated towards a lot in my life was like media and photography and videography. And I really like that we did our own videos for Fracture and Wasting Away when we were a mixed company, and Shane learned a lot from that. I mean, from what I knew that I could show him, and then he took it and grew with it, and he did his own thing with it too. So we kind of, having the visuals and photography and seeing things from a different point of view. So like I was able to show Shane a lot of stuff, and he was able to show me things on his end that he figured out, and we were kind of able all to, work with what we had, and we did all our own photography and stuff like that too. So
yeah, it's like the easiest interview ever. I mean, that is literally on my list. How do you guys do your videos?
Well, yeah.
So we used to do our videos.
Like Glenn said, it was something he brought to the table. Before Glenn, I never knew how to get my ideas out of my head. And he kind of helped me become like this visionary, because now I can have an idea and I can put it onto, to a drum set or onto a video camera, and it's out there now. I had my thought and I just lost it. Someone else.
Just to tie back really quick to the last point of like all of us doing our own thing, like after the band or before or whatever, we know that we all want the same thing, and we all know that we want to be here, and this is number one priority on most things, and anything anyone else does is just promotion for the band, and we all put it that way where it's all Lines of Loyalty for us, and it's all about making it in that next level. So there's no jealousy, there's never any like resentment or anything towards what anyone else is doing, because their success will bring success to us too, and it's a big circle.
Hey, Gary. Well, I can tell you how we all met. You want to hear that story?
I do.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. So I not recently, but when this was all happening, like 7 years ago or so now, I just recently moved back from Arkansas. I was living down south. I was playing in a country alternative band. We were on a private label. I was playing songs on national radio. We were doing self-made tours and all that jazz. And at that point in time in my life, I was like 26, 27. I'm 33 now. But at that point in my life, that was like the height of it. I've never been that level of success with music. I never been to these places or got to, record an album, in Omni Studios in Nashville. I mean, it was just going great. But the band broke up. I ended up moving back home. While I was back home, I hit the streets again. And I knew I had to find a band right away and get back to it. Don't waste any time. So that year alone, when I was back, I ended up getting involved with 6 different bands. Mixed Company was that 6th band out of my whole set, and they were honestly the least important to me. I could commit 1 show a month to the guys. I could come out for a practice, and that's really kind of where we started. But right before I even got to there, while I was going out all the time to open mics and to shows and try to find the good players, I had a girlfriend at the time. We were at Route 20, and I saw Candlebox playing acoustically. It was Glenn. Yeah. Me and Glenn didn't know each other then, but I saw him play. And a few weeks later, like I said, I was going out all the time, and I was at the bar TG's in Kenosha. It's like one of the longest open mics in downtown. And I was there with a buddy of mine playing, and Glenn was there, and he heard me playing on the cajon.
Yeah.
And that caught his attention. So he came up and talked to me after I was done playing my set with my friend. And I was like, hey, man, I remember you. You opened up for Candlebox a few weeks ago. And he was like, yeah. So we kind of jammed that night. And we talked about, maybe starting a group or whatever. And, he has some shows lined up. And as a drummer, I need someone like Glenn. I need someone like Glenn so I can survive, so I can play, so I can do what I want to do. I can't just go out. I'm not a singer. I don't play guitar. So Glenn was someone I had under my radar, and I was going to, work with him if I felt like it was going to be good for me or not. But keep in mind, I had a very straight mindset on what I was looking for and where I wanted to go. I didn't want to just get involved with a band and then sit in the basement 3 nights out of the week and then never go anywhere with it. I wanted to work with people who wanted to do what I wanted to do. And to tell you the truth, and Glenn knows this, so it's not going to hurt his feelings, but I thought he was weird at first. I actually didn't want to. He would call me all the time to hang out and showed me this song, and I would just be like, I don't know. But then we ended up, hitting it off. And at the time, he was the only one coming through with shows for me. And as we played more and more together, I was like, you know what? This guy's onto something. And his track record alone, individually, he's opened up for so many bands. I don't have, I'm sure we have time for me to name them all, but I'm not going to. But so as that got going, we started our band. It was called Cressamore. It was another 3-piece. And then I met all that foot traffic of me of those years hitting the ground running, trying to find bands. I ran into Mixed Company before we got it. And Mixed Company was playing a show in Kenosha at Fusion. And I was running the door for them. I was the door guy because it was another venue in town. It was something that was up and coming, and I was all over it. I wanted to be part of it. I was just trying to be in the scene. And so I met Mixed Company, heard them play, and the original lineup was older members. And I just thought to myself too, man, if I played drums for this band, I think it would do better or whatever. Fast forward a few weeks later, or a year and a half later, me and Glenn are very busy. We have Cressamore. I'm on Facebook one night, and I see my buddy from high school trying to set up a jam night at his house because it was his birthday. He's like, I got 2 drum sets in my basement. Bring your guitars. I got amps. And I was like, I had nothing going on. I was like, dude, that sounds fun. So I hit him up. I went to the party, started jamming in the basement. And that's when the female singer from the old band Mixed Company, Brittany, was there. She heard me play drums, asked if I would come try out for her band. I tried out. That lasted only so long because then that guitar player then, his name was Chris, he quit because he realized he just wasn't going to be able to keep up with this drive that I feel like that I brought in as that band was getting going. And plus with Rito, because he's always had it. But then when we lost that guitar player, the one I looked to was Glenn. And they already knew Glenn at that point in time through me. They've even seen some Cressamore shows with us. So that's how Glenn got
when we opened for Royal Bliss at Route 20.
Hey,
yeah, that's
Shane,
what it was.
Shane, tell us what you told Mixed Company when we were your 6th band.
Okay, so after the very first band practice I had with Mixed Company, it was Rito, Chris, and Brittany Pye. Okay, this is before Glenn. I actually had them pick me up because I didn't want to drive to Illinois. So I made Rito pick me up in his old van. And we did the practice, and I learned 5 of their songs in one night, you know, just jammed them out, and they were just blown away. They never got to play with a drummer of my caliber before. And I was just letting them know, like, this is what I told them. I said, guys, I know you're excited, but this is bands are a relationship. And I was like, we just had sex, okay? And it was awesome. But I'm also in 5 other bands right now. I'm seeing other people, so don't get your hopes up. All right. If you want to keep me interested, you got to keep dressing the way I like, you know, with the low cut shirt. You know, I'm just putting them out. Not that I want to see Rito in dress. You could dress.
He was whoring you out. He was whoring you out.
But that was a great practice. And I mean, and me and Brittany, or the old singer at the time, were just like, bro, like that was great. And then it was awesome.
And then when we brought Glenn, thing with Glenn got involved. Glenn came to his first practice, and he knocked out like 5
I came
songs.
to the practice,
and they were like, holy shit, there's 2 of them.
I came to practice, and Frank was there, the guitar player, before and after Chris, right? And he was playing, and he was trying to show me the guitar parts, and I came in, and I picked him up right away, and I was adding my own stuff, and then I felt like Frank was like, who's this guy? What does he think he's doing? And I just kind of took over.
And when Glenn auditioned, he sat down and played some of his original stuff, and I heard him sing.
I played Your Pain. I played that original.
And I was just like mind blown by this guy singing. And I'm just like, okay, well, you know, because Shane told Glenn. I wasn't even auditioning for a singer, though. I was just a guitar player for the band. Like, I wasn't even a singer. Shane told Glenn that we were on the 420 hit for a song we had, Dying on the Inside. So Glenn was intrigued by that, and he came out to the practice, and Frank showed him the ropes and stuff like that. And he started playing his original stuff, and I was mind blown. I'm like, okay, like this is it. It was crazy. It was awesome.
Wow. Gary, I hope you got all that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot. You guys on stage are number one. I'm always kind of mesmerized by good musicians, and all 3 of you are exceptional. I mean, all 3 of you are, and the way you bring that all together is pretty tight too. And I mean, Glenn, how you do it with a missing finger is, I don't know. I don't understand it. Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah, just like that. I can't do it with all of them. But, and then Rito, you may be, with the exception maybe of Stu, I don't know if you ever seen On My Six, Stu Coolman, but you may be the second most active bass player out there, like on a stage.
Look that up, Rito.
Tell
him what that was again.
Here we go. It's on now.
But I mean, you know, and I interviewed On My Six about a week ago. No, about 2 or 3 shows ago. And I asked those guys, how many times have you been hit by Rito's bass while you're on stage, especially Glenn? Is he hit you yet?
I've been hit a couple times. There were a couple. He hit Brittany once good in the head. I remember that.
Yeah, and my bass came out of tune. I was very upset.
Wasn't upset that he hit her, that he hit a girl with his bass. He was upset.
I hit her. No, I hit her. I saw she was okay. So then I was like, I'm out of tune. And then
crap.
She took it like a champ, though. It was good.
Yeah.
You got a good chin for that.
Yeah, and then so sorry about a quick little technical difficulty we had here. Trying to reset this. Shane telling us basically how his brothers now before they became brothers was basically whoring them out. Like, hey, you guys got to stay sexy for me if I'm sticking around.
Damn straight.
That's where we were at.
Yep.
Rito is muted.
That's fine. We can keep going.
The bass player. You know?
He's just a bass player, dude. Don't worry about it.
Respect.
He's a pretty one, right?
Oh, yes.
He's got the nice hair.
See, I made the most money for Shane, you know, let's be honest.
Well, you know, I don't know the girl you were in bed with in the Saint Tragedy song Butterflies, but you were in bed with somebody on camera.
I was in bed with somebody. You know, it was based on, you know, the story that I lived, you know, so it's good. It was sad.
I'm sad.
Sad.
How is your guys' 2021 starting to look? I mean, I know we've got the name
Amazing.
change and what's going to
Amazing.
be new and exciting.
I mean, for the band, it's going great. Like we said, we came out the gate swinging already. You know, with the new name, the new brand. We recently just worked on a new single, which will be out next month on the 19th.
Yes.
Along with the music video for it. The single is called "I'm Not the One," and I'll let Rito talk a little more because he's dying to talk some more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what was the date again?
2/19/21.
That was announced. Okay. Well, I guess it's announced now. Okay. Yeah.
I told you in the beginning I'd get a scoop out of this. Got it.
Yeah.
You legally can't use this. Just kidding. We got a single coming out on February 19th. We went to Chris Dawson in Kansas. And he does great work, man. He got something out of us for this song that we didn't know was there, but it's the best song that we've ever done. And we did the video with Austin. He's done some of Saul's videos and stuff like that. He does great work too, man. And this is gonna be a great single.
You just set that bar pretty
I have
high,
to-
don't you know that? I mean, seriously, set that bar high. You said it's the best song you guys have done. I can go back to Wasting Away. I can go back to Fractured. I can go back to a lot of really awesome songs.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. Rito, this guy, he is not wrong. This is the best song I've ever done in my entire career. Like, it's night and day. It's night and day.
Right now, this is the best song we have ever done.
As a group too, this is the
19th.
best thing. This is the best thing we've ever done as a group. Like that.
And it's gonna be the best video you've ever seen either.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Wow. Like I said, that's a pretty high bar, and now I'm like super stoked to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you know the date. There you go. No one knows the date.
Well, the nice thing is I got you guys booked with us May 1st
Yeah.
at the Back Bar in Janesville.
Yep.
May 1st, back bar. I haven't played there in forever. It's awesome, man. Cool.
We haven't played there in a year.
Cool.
Well, our manager hasn't told us, so we're gonna have a talk with her. And
It's
Yeah, May 1st. It's you guys, us, and I think right now Mile 134. We might add one other band.
okay.
I almost put the trio bands that we always seem to play together, but
The Alma?
some other band, we won't say anything. The Almas are on tour, so they can't play that show. So
So Rito,
Yes.
I think I have an idea.
Uh-oh. Is your head okay?
Rito usually has ideas, and
This
I
is
have a
where-
Rito moment right now.
This is where greatness starts. I'm listening.
I have a Rito moment right now.
You gonna eat
This
some
is
Skittles?
careful.
All right, so I'm just gonna say one thing. We had someone who was gonna be our bus driver, right? He was gonna be our bus
Okay.
driver. His name was Norm Wallace. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He worked with 95 a lot and helped them, and he was always at every rock show. He supported all the local bands. He supported everyone. He was gonna be our bus driver. Well, he
He's awesome.
passed away, and you know, he's still with us regardless. Like, you know, we have some of his ashes that are going to be hanging above our steering wheel, you know, the whole time. So as a new band, you know, he's looking down on us, and I got something that was his, you know, after he passed, and it's a guitar, and this guitar is signed by Hollywood Undead. Pretty sure you're
nice.
familiar with who Hollywood Undead is.
oh yeah, absolutely.
So, this guitar is signed by Hollywood Undead. Brand new guitar. Okay. how about we do like a small $5 auction? $5 gets you a ticket entered in a drawing, and you pull the ticket. Whoever's ticket gets pulled gets the guitar at one of our shows.
Do it for the premiere.
I don't think anyone knew about the premiere until now.
Well, I said the date already.
So
Yeah, the premiere.
who thinks that's a good idea, that we should auction off a cool guitar at the thing?
I think it's a fantastic idea, because I know when we had our rock to start our School of Rock show, when we raised money to buy albums, our record instruments for kids,
Yeah.
we put a guitar up, and I think we made close to $300 on it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't signed by Hollywood Undead either. I mean,
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I think that'd be a cool idea. It'd be a good idea, a good way to, raise some money, and we could even possibly raise it for like a good cause or something, or figure out something to donate it to. But
Yeah,
I figured that'd be a cool idea.
Too, that's an option too, man, for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
I like that. Yeah.
So that was my Rito moment. So I'll just let it go there.
So it sounds like you guys gave me 2 scoops today, which I promise you won't be out until tonight and then tomorrow. So I'll hold off that long. But what are the big plans for 2021? I mean, are there any big tours coming up? Are you going, we're hoping the world unbreaks, where it's not broken anymore. And it looks like we're heading in the right direction.
Let's say one thing before Shane answers. Be careful. Now go.
I got nothing. I don't know what to say.
Shane, I love you, brother. You're awesome.
He gives you breaking
news.
Long
to say what they want, man. You're the guy.
He gives you breaking news information and then has nothing else. Okay, that's.
I mean, I don't know. Do I need a Bible now to say anything else? Like,
raise your right hand.
Oh, but
you got some big stuff in the works. By the way, you're warning Shane, I'm guessing, that you can't announce yet. Is that correct?
I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Ready? Here it comes. What are you gonna do? Come in the room and stop me, Rito? I'm just kidding.
Do it.
We got some big shows coming up. Shows coming up. I won't say any dates, all right, but we got some big shows coming up. At Rock the Barns out in the fairgrounds in McHenry out there. Again, nice. Fingers crossed. Hold up. Maybe another future appearance we get to have with Pop Evil again, and some of our own shows coming up. In the months to come here, kind of like our coming out show. But I will wait to give those dates out. But yeah, there's definitely some big shows coming up. No tours really planned yet. But besides the single and the new music video that we've been working on, it's going to be plenty to keep people interested and worth the wait.
We should definitely work on setting up that tour that we were supposed to do with you guys again. Like,
I'm down.
Yeah.
I can tell you, my guys are down. I'm down.
Yeah.
I think that would have been.
Yeah, Gary, I'll probably just hang out on your bus the whole time. So.
Yeah.
All he does is sleep.
That's all I do.
One more thing to add to the whole things coming up. Since Shane, told you guys, we are having a watch party February 19th at 1175 for our music video and single release, and we're going to be playing a couple songs acoustically and have our new merch there and a little meet and greet there. So it's going to be
and then the video premiere.
And that's going to be the video premiere.
And the video will premiere.
And maybe the Hollywood Undead auction for the guitar.
That could be a thing too, yeah.
And what would be really nice too, Glenn, is that money, either all of it or a part of it could probably go to Joanne. I bet she's still having some funeral expenses to pay off for Norm.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I have no vote, but I like the idea.
That's great.
I really hope that somebody goes Facebook Live with that. I mean, I try not to rub in the fact that I'm in California at the moment. And
Oh, you
enjoying,
suck.
yeah.
No, here.
I'll be in Tennessee and Kentucky next month.
So I've been disc golfing every day in like 77 to 83 degrees.
Nice.
So,
yeah, we're like 20 degrees, snowing right now.
yeah, well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hear. I'd still talk back home.
Yeah, I was almost late to the interview because of the snow. So.
Yeah.
Drummers are rarely on time.
What?
Drummers are all the time.
Thank you, Glenn.
What?
I got your back, brother. I don't know how you're always on time, but you are.
Wait, Glenn? Are you saying Glenn's on time?
Wait, Glenn's
I
Hey,
screwed up.
we
Shane.
put enough
I have
doors
you,
out
Shane.
already.
My bad. See, I'm still thinking about shit
I'm
around the
late quite
fire.
often.
Oh,
You
Shane's
two
always on
weren't
time.
there at the fire at Rock to Stop 22, but
I was there for a little bit.
Shane was
I
there
was
for a
playing
little bit.
Cajon.
He was there.
oh yes, you were. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But you might have. I know Glenn and I got lit that night. I mean, I know he doesn't drink, but we got lit. and so we've covered almost everything I wanted to. What are your guys' social media sites you guys want to push?
Lines of Loyalty on Instagram, Lines of Loyalty on Facebook. We have Lines of Loyalty fan page on Facebook. It's a group page. We have new TikTok. We just started Lines of Loyalty TikTok, right?
And a Twitter coming out soon.
Twitter,
Yep.
yeah. Lines
Our
of
Twitter's
Loyalty on
already
Twitter.
already up. Mine's loyalty.
Yep.
And
What
we
else
were,
is
we're,
there?
we're gonna make a Twitch account to hopefully go
Twitch
live
account, and then we got our merch store, right?
soon. Yep.
And the website.
The website will be for the premiere. So
Rito, tell them the website address.
I believe it's gonna be linesloyalty.com if it's not taken.
Okay.
It's still up here. So if it's not, it's Lines Loyalty Official. And if you keep track of our Facebook or on our other social medias, you'll know, and then we'll have our merch store up and all that stuff. So
I don't know why this has crossed my mind. I'm actually on a bowling league back in Wisconsin with the drummer from Left of Reason. And when we were talking about you guys' name change, and he goes, "Oh, we can go on tour with them. We can call it the LOL tour." And I was like, I'm like,
That's
seriously,
great.
put that together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I think we've covered everything. I want to really seriously thank you guys for taking the time and having the
Yeah.
patience out there. I am looking forward to coming home back to Wisconsin because we might be going on a tour in early March. But I'm definitely gonna be, and then I'm gonna see you guys for sure in May, which is
For sure.
I'm really excited about. And I won't say the date, Shane. I promise I won't say it again. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the new video and hearing the new song. I named a date that won't be named, but it's in the second month of the year. But
Second month.
Yeah.
Hey,
The second
for
half of the month.
anybody to sit through this whole podcast and watch the whole thing and to find out the dates that I've said, and they deserve it then. All right.
They deserve it. Yeah. I'll give
Right.
a free shirt. Oh no. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I got approved by the manager to say that.
you get a free shirt if you can say you watched the end of the Rock to Talk with the Silver Fox
Yes,
interview.
if you message Lines of Loyalty on Facebook or any of our social medias, the first one, how about that? Yeah, the first one to message us on any social media and tell us the date, we'll get a free shirt. Kaboom.
Rito, always just giving stuff
No,
away.
Gary, you are disqualified.
Oh damn!
You are disqualified, Gary, from the drawing.
I'll give Gary a shirt anyway.
Yeah, well, Gary's gonna get a shirt anyway. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
All right, guys.
And Gary,
Other
we can
than
race
that,
buses too.
well, I'm sorry.
Can we race buses whenever we play again?
You have a diesel?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't.
No.
No,
No.
Lose.
We lost.
Yeah. I thought it was fun when
We got a V10. Yeah.
yeah, you got a V10. We've got the 7.2 power diesel, Power Stroke. But I thought it was fun. One of the things before I let you go, I just right in my head is when I first met you guys, and I should have said this way earlier in the interview. When we all used to go to a place called Hijinks that's now closed, and
Hell yeah.
it's came up in so many different interviews. I really think the short amount of time it was there, it's going to go down as one of the great venues because so many of the bands that are quote
Chuck,
big right
sound
now.
guy, Chuck, the sound
Yeah.
guy, Chuck was the man. Chuck
Yeah.
was the man. Wherever he is,
Chuck
he's
is
the man.
I love
Many people don't know, but Chuck
sound
ran
check for
the sound
drums.
there.
Bass drum, snare, done. You know,
Yep. He's like, let's
But,
go. Do this here. And that was it.
but when I used to hang out there a lot, because I was pretty good friends with the Punzels before they opened. And when they owned another huge place that was too big. I'll think of it as something Rocks. But anyways, there's Rocks is what it was called. But I was going in there and I worked with a bunch of different bands at the time, not just the one I'm with now. And they kept saying to me, Gary, you got to check out this mixed company band. Gary, you got to get these guys. Gary, you got to get these guys. It was like you and the Almas. Every time I turned around, one of the two of you, got to see these guys, got to see these guys. And they were kind of like a little bit up and coming and, higher, low, not as high as you are right now is where you're at. So one night I was like, all right, they're playing out at Hijinks. I have no show planned and I'm going to go hang out. I remember talking to your manager sitting there like, well, I'm just going to stay and watch the, I'm going to hit, you guys were like second or third. And I was like, I don't have time to stay all night. And you guys are playing acoustic. And I remember sitting there with your manager going, holy fuck, where did these guys come from? And was like so impressed. And it was like from that day forward, and that was acoustic. I hadn't seen you play plugged in yet. And from there, I was always like, hey, Tammy, hey, what, let's put something together. Let's, and back in those days, everybody was lucky to be in a van and a trailer that they always weren't so nice. And then this past Rock to Stop 22, all these bands that I've seen all along, now all of a sudden we have buses, we have trailers, we're parking next to each other.
Yeah.
And like stealing each other's ideas, going into each other's bus. Like, what do you guys got?
Yeah. But it's a lot of hard work, man, too. And obviously Hijinks is it's so sad that they closed because they were one of the venues like with 1175 and with Route 20, that was for music and, with like the Rhinefest and all the fun shows there, man. It's definitely a place that, we'll never forget, especially the green room upstairs and all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And Chris is an awesome guy too, man. So
Chris and Mike, both the brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I slept in that upstairs room more than once. So,
yeah.
but yeah, to see the the progression of, you guys from that time on, which I was blown away. And every time I see you now, I'm just like, where the fuck? How they just keep going up? They keep going up and up and up, which is awesome. And anybody who hasn't seen these guys, go to YouTube. And until they get their Lines of Loyalty stuff up, just type in Mixed Company Band and check out their music, check out their videos, go to their Facebook page, check it all out. They said they're on TikTok. They are on Spotify also.
Yeah.
So if you're on Spotify, check
and
them
Pandora.
out.
And Pandora.
And Pandora.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
And if you're on like Spotify or YouTube, you can always jump over to Rock to Talk with the Silver Fox and give me a like and a subscribe too.
Yep.
But yeah, there you go. these guys are well worth it. I've said that about a lot of bands out here, but these guys, we've spent some, I'm going to say the word, we spent some quality time with these guys. We've had a lot of fun, and they deserve everything coming their way. Other
Thank
than
you.
that, I want to thank you guys for being here, and thank you for giving me the scoop, Shane. Appreciate it. Don't care what the others say.
No problem.
Tammy's not going to be happy, but it's okay.
Tammy can yell at me later, but doesn't really work much. So other than that, thanks guys, and everybody, and I'll talk to you later. Rock on.